What's up, guys? Hang on, let me get this on here. There we go. I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Sorry for that quick bit of technical problems. Thank you for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, TV shows, comic books, video games. Right now, I'd like to give you guys my review of the new musical performance of The Grinch, starring Matthew Morrison of Glee fame. And, I'm a big Christmas guy. Everybody knows that. I'm a huge Christmas guy. I love Christmas movies. Christmas Story Live, that one premiered a couple years ago, and I bought it. I have it. I've watched it several times. I like musicals, and I like Christmas, and those are two things that should go together really well. And that should be a winning combination. I was the target audience for the Grinch musical. It was bad. It was really bad. Matthew Morrison does not. I don't think he really understands the Grinch character because just his movements didn't feel Grinchy. They didn't feel grumpy. He moved like a dancer, and that was the first thing that I noticed was he's not moving like the Grinch. He doesn't act like the Grinch. He doesn't sound like the Grinch. He's in a Grinch costume, but he's not personifying the Grinch. He's moving around that stage very much like a dancer would, and that was the first thing that I noticed. The second thing that I noticed that really bothered me, and I realized I get it. It was supposed to look like a storybook, right? It was supposed to look like a storybook. The whole thing looked really cheap. It looked really cheap. The sets looked cheap. The costumes look cheap. The guy that plays the grown-up version of Max the dog, his costume was horrific. Like, that's the stuff that gives kids nightmares. By the end of the performance, his face, the stuff that they put on his face to make him look like a dog, it was actually peeling off. It was like melting off. It was not a high-level performance at all, and this should have been a high-level performance. It should have been. The songs were not catchy. The Christmas Story Live, I actually downloaded that album and put it into my Christmas folder. I did, because those were good, catchy songs. Not one song in this musical am I going to download and put into my Christmas folder where I bring it up every year at Christmas time. I'm just not. These were not good songs. The idea of telling the story from Max's point of view, that just felt really backwards to me. If anything, I feel like they could have told it. I mean, first of all, they should have told it from the Grinch's point of view. That's obvious, but they didn't. They told it from the dog's point of view. But I feel like, if anything, if they're going to try to switch the story up, they should have told it from Cindy Lou Who's point of view. The scene between him and Cindy Lou Who, that was the only real interesting part of this play. I was pretty dialed in when they were interacting with each other, and I think that mostly had to do with the fact that they got a phenomenal little girl to play Cindy Lou Who. She did a wonderful job, and she did a better job than Matthew Morrison did. I feel like she understood the Cindy Lou Who character much more than Matthew Morrison understood the Grinch. The end, when he gets this sleigh at the top of Mount Crumpet, that looked very cheap and very janky. Just everything about this looked like it looked like quality was an afterthought. And that's just too bad, because I was excited about watching it, and it didn't work for me. Maybe you loved it, maybe you thought it was something that worked really well, and it's going to become an annual holiday favorite of yours, and you're going to do what I did with the Christmas Story Live. You're going to go out and you're going to buy it, and you're going to watch it every year. Not me. Not me. I thought this was a train wreck. I really thought it was really bad, and I felt bad for the people involved. I felt bad for the people who put all the work into this, only to have it be garbage. So, yeah, avoid this. Watch the original cartoon, right? The Boris Karloff version is by far the superior version of the Grinch. It does not need to be stretched out to an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's a story told well in 30 minutes. If you want to go for something a little bit longer, watch the Jim Carrey version. The Jim Carrey version stays very true to the character of the Grinch, and very true to the story. It throws in a bunch of nonsense, but at its heart, it stays very true to the story. I felt like the Benedict Cumberbatch one a couple years ago was fine. It wasn't good, but it was fine. This one was... it was bad. It was bad. So avoid this one. Go back and watch the original. If you want to watch something with a little more substance, watch the one with Jim Carrey. I feel like those are the two defining Grinch stories. stick with those guys. Those are way superior because this musical was just really bad. I'm just one person though. One person with one set of thoughts, with one disposition to like or dislike this. You know, you might have loved it. If you loved it, let me know in the comments down below. If you think I missed something, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation about this. I would just love it. I watched it on Peacock. It's available on Peacock. I think it aired on TV also. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this. I'd love to have a conversation. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me here at the OQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.